Good evening, I'm Devin Fehely. Your stories tonight on the Primetime Edition.
Where does that rank for you all time?
Number one to the Super Bowl.
It was the catch that turned everything around for the 49ers. How an incredible play highlighted an unbelievable comeback for a Super Bowl berth.
Well, Niners fans are basking in the glory of Sunday's victory. Coming up, we'll catch up with one diehard fan who came back out here to the stadium today to buy all the commemorative merch.
Well, hope you enjoyed today's low to mid 70s and record-breaking temperatures. We got to look ahead. Wednesday's rain is still on track, enough so that there's a flood watch to talk about and a wind advisory. Forecast on all that's coming right up.
More protests against the war in Gaza as Vice President Kamala Harris speaks in San Jose. What the VP said about the state of California.
And it's a dangerous job trying to help drivers stuck on the side of the road. The alarming report showing the growing roadside dangers.
We really need motorists to slow down, move over. Even a few feet of spacing can mean the difference between life and death for some of these operators.
From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Primetime Edition on PIX Plus.
Good evening, I'm Devin Fehely. These are tonight's primetime headlines. President Biden is meeting with his national security team, weighing options on how to respond to a drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan on Sunday. All 3 were based out of Georgia. The White House blames Iranian black rebels for carrying out that strike that left dozens more people wounded. A third body has now been recovered in the waters off of Half Moon Bay, near where a small plane crashed earlier this month. So far, authorities haven't confirmed if it is a crash victim or released the person's name. The bodies of 2 women on board that plane have already been recovered, and a 4th passenger is still missing. 9 people charged with dealing drugs on the Tenderloin entered not guilty pleas today. The DA's office says that all 9 were arrested selling drugs to undercover officers. They're among 700 people arrested for drug sales in that area since a crackdown started in May. And taking a live look outside at San Francisco, let's go ahead and get a check of our first alert forecast with meteorologist Darren Pack.
Devin, before we jump into the details on the headline, which is Wednesday's first alert status, and it is a first alert day on Wednesday for good reason. We're going to see that storm in just a bit. We just need one moment to talk about today and how some of us made history. It's a pretty enough day out there. It also felt really nice. If you look at the numbers for where we were on daytime highs, 74 degrees in San Jose. That broke the record by a degree.
You're watching the Primetime Edition on PIX Plus.
Welcome back. I'm Devin Fehely. These are your primetime headlines at the half hour. Israel's defense minister claims that his troops have killed or wounded half of the fighting forces of Hamas and now has the upper hand in the war. Israel has previously said that it killed about 9,000 Hamas militants, though it has not provided any evidence to back up that claim. Attorney General Rob Bonta says that his office will be keeping an eye on the Oakland Unified School District over the next year or so in case it considers any more school closures or consolidations. Bonta sent a letter to the district saying it's now rescinded decision in 2022 to close several schools would have disproportionately affected black and low-income students. The 2024 tax filing season is officially underway, with the IRS now accepting returns. According to Credit Karma, more than half of Americans plan to file their taxes early so that they can get a refund as soon as possible. Last year, the average refund check was just shy of $3,200. And taking a live look outside at San Jose, looking good tonight. Let's go ahead and get a check of our first alert forecast with meteorologist Darren Pack.
Going to start off with the Wednesday story, Devin, and an update on that map put out from the Weather Prediction Center on where they think an elevated likelihood is for bigger rainfall amounts. You see how most of the bay is shaded in yellow on here. It's just telling you we've made it into the slight category for what would be considered excessive rainfall. That's a relatively safe place to be, but it's also a place to start elevating the communication on this for Wednesday's rain. We're going to get as much as 2 or 3 inches for some of the wetter spots in the North Bay. But a way to put that into context is if you're in yellow, and most of the bay is,
evolved that way with each new memory added to the walls. His wife thinks it is that authenticity that makes the place so popular.
Everybody comes in, they always want to know, they always want to talk about the 49ers. It's a big deal.
It's been a long time since the 49ers were upstarts, but for Harrison, those were the sweetest days of all.
So it's been a great ride, and here we are, 42 years later, hoping for another one.
The location of the Canyon Inn turned out to be a good one. The Niners practice facility used to be close by, and a lot of players and coaches had homes in the area and became regular customers. Thank you so much for watching tonight. The Late News on KPIX has your latest local stories. That's tonight at 11. As always, you can stream us on CBS News Bay Area. Good night.